A lawsuit against the Knoxville Symphony Orchestra is gaining national attention, raising questions about how musicians get jobs and diversity, equity, and inclusion policies. James Zimmerman auditioned last year to be the orchestra's principal clarinetist. He made it through all 3 rounds of the screened auditions, but after learning about his time with his prior employer, the Nashville Symphony, the Knoxville Symphony decided against giving Zimmerman a contract. Here's Alana Mutnick.
We are bringing musicians into orchestras that are not only not the best players, they are coming in with a very heated political agenda.
James Zimmerman, a Nashville-based clarinetist with an extensive musical background, auditioned for Knoxville Symphony Orchestra in September of 2025.
And I thought that, 6 years later would be long enough for us to kind of look back on that and say, hey, times have changed.
Zimmerman was with the Nashville Symphony more than a decade until the orchestra fired him back in 2020. He tells me over accusations of racial harassment towards a black oboist.
He knew that he couldn't bend me to his will, and he launched a Jussie Smollett type case against me.
Court records from 2020, however, state he stalked or threatened the oboist and another coworker. He made it through all 3 rounds of the Knoxville Symphony's blind audition process, but then KSO declined to hire him.
An organization could choose not to hire somebody based on those references or recommendations.
Legal analyst Don Bosch says the plaintiff will have quite the challenge trying to prove he's not only entitled to the job, but should also be compensated for 1 year of probationary contract and $25,000 in preparing for the audition, which is what he's suing for.
The fact that they're not willing to follow that process and instead say, yeah, we just want some kid who's still in college. He's not white. That checks our diversity boxes.
The Knoxville Symphony Orchestra says in a statement that even though the audition committee recommended Zimmerman for consideration last year, the actual employer retains every right to reject such a recommendation. KSO shared with us 2 different restraining orders granted by 2 judges in Davidson County against Zimmerman on behalf of 2 Nashville Symphony musicians, and say multiple of their current musicians in Knoxville expressed concern about Zimmerman. The orchestra says he poses, quote, legitimate safety concerns.